I don't think it's something to be idolized. I just think it's freedom. And you cannot pour from an empty cup, Steve. You can't give what you don't have. So if you have what it takes to be good and successful and to keep yourself fed, then you can do more stuff for more people.
That's a beautiful way to say it. I did a show with Rob Brown on investing, 2 parts to it. And the first show was called Investing, Less Stress, More Income, More Personal Freedom. Exactly what you said. So it all ties together. So I think that might be all we really need to do on the subject of money. But what I'm trying to say is successful people that can be trusted, that do what they say they're going to do, that have strong character and integrity because they honor their commitment, they honor their word. This is a life mission for me, Lefford. And why I'm so happy these days is because I finally found a way to put it out there and let it grow with all kinds of different directions it's going to go. But everything that I do is just tied into what we're talking about. I want to read something that I wanted to end the show with.
Before you end the show, though, can I do this? You always talk about helping people. I think to help people come to an understanding of the importance of doing this stuff, the benefits of following through or figuring out a way that if you're going to have to change your mind in the direction that you let people know, I think that's probably one of the best gifts you can give, Steve, and this is why. As I said earlier, I don't think people wake up thinking that they want to screw people over, excuse my English. I think they fall into that drift. They're drifting. If we can help people figure out what they really want out of life and to be able to know what their North Star is, if they know what that is, then they can answer specifically with a yes or a no, and then to actually practice this. It's not enough to just think about it, Steve. It's to actually have people practice that when you say you're going to do something, do whatever you can to keep your word. And then if you're going to have to not keep your word, like my wife said, call me and tell me, then I can forgive you. When you can trust yourself and believe that you're going to do what you're going to do, then you'll be better off. But I'd almost say tell somebody that so they'll challenge you to help you. Because I'm big into giving people tools and techniques. If you remember my book, at the end of every chapter, it said, what are 5 things that a person could do to get better in this thing? Those are the things that I think is going to be, if you want to help people, if you can help people get through this, Steve, I think it's going to make a powerful impact, my friend.
I appreciate you going the journey with me. Hey, I'm going to read something, and while I'm reading it, I had some notes. I got like 30 pages of notes here, and I had only 2 pieces of notes that I put that were new for just this show, and one was Galatians that I did, but the other one was a Napoleon Hill quote about starting now where you're at. And if you would give us that quote, I would appreciate that. I know you got that handy because it's probably in your memory, but while you're pulling up that quote, because that's the whole point.
Okay, wait. Which quote you looking for?
The best time to start is now, where you stand.
Oh, yeah.
Start now. Go ahead. You just give us the paraphrase or the exact quote, whatever you want.
The paraphrase, and I'll give you another analogy. The 2 best times to plant a shade tree, first one was 25 years ago. The next best time is right now.
Lefford, I'm going to give you a high five, and I'm going to give you the first I love you, man. Listen, Lefford is a world-class speaker. He's his TED Talk. I don't know how many people now. And the last count was 600,000, give or take, probably growing. But Lefford's a Toastmaster international top competitor, South Carolina, finalist, everything else. But Lefford knows how to tell a story. He knows how to bring it to life. He knows how to animate it. And today's show, this was no preparation. This is just a candid conversation. And I love having him with Lefford. I mean, he's my go-to guy. I said in that beginning. Lefford, that was absolutely beautiful. So here's what we're saying. If you're a person, if we helped you identify some of your character traits and that you're not so glad to look in the mirror because you realize maybe I've been making too many excuses. Let's keep it simple. If I'm a person that's been making too many excuses for whatever reason, first of all, Steve's your friend. Lefford's here for you also. Rightthink.org. I'll put you directly in touch with Lefford if you let me. If you send me some information, I'll forward it on to Lefford and he'll be there for you. We're here for you. So break some of these bad habits. I mean, habits takes a while to break a habit. It took a while to get to where you're at, but it'll take a while to break it. But you got to start with that shade tree that you didn't plant then. So what we're saying is it's never too late. It's never too late. Forgive yourself. I mean, we can go into hours of that theme right there. It's about forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. You've been wrong. That's what Napoleon Hill said with it. It's like, I'm wrong and I need to be corrected. And if you accept that, you can. There's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of good books, starting with the Bible itself. But anyway, I just want to thank you, Lefford. I love where we went today. I want to read one last thing and then thank you for being on the show. Anything else you'd like to bring up before we stop?
Real quick, breaking habits. Let's get on the call and talk about habits soon.
I'm on. Thank you for the
whole thing. And you used the word excuse. I wrote this at the very beginning. When we started talking, I wrote the excuse. And the thing that I said was the worst excuse in the world is a good excuse. Because if it's a terrible excuse, it can be you have to throw it out. But if their excuse is, I'm tired, I'm poor, I'm old, I'm sick, I'm black, I'm tall, I'm fat, I'm rich, I'm poor. If you say this is who I am and it's true, then you got an excuse for all kind of negative stuff. The worst excuse is a good excuse. Don't let it hold you back. Say, even though I have a good excuse, I want to be better.
Thank you. Yeah, excuses are what you think are reasons, but just work for self-improvement. Get mentors, read good books. In Lefford's chapter, hey, this was kind of free-flowing today. I couldn't hardly say that. When I went to chapter 12, Teamwork, Interview with Lefford Fate, a chapter in his book, and everybody ought to get that book, Pathway to a Positive Mental Attitude. In the very back of each chapter, whoever's doing the chapter, it's got like a little bio, and this one's about Lefford Fate. I just want to read the last part of Lefford's bio, and I just pray that everyone listening to this show is blessed the same way I am by having a true friend that you can love that loves you like I have Lefford and Lefford has me. And here's what he says about himself. I believe there is a why for everyone, that each of us was created with the potential to achieve greatness, to make a difference in the world, to add value to others, and as a result, experience a full and rewarding life. For over 30 years, my purpose was to defend our nation. And now that purpose is helping people discover their life's purpose and grow to their full potential. Lefford, you're a beautiful person. Thank you for being on the show. A lot of people's lives have been enriched today by you being here. And God bless you, and I can't wait to get back with you and talk about habits.
God bless, my friend.
Thank you, Lefford.
Thanks for listening to Right Thinking with Steve Copeland. I look forward to being with you again next week. And remember, don't quit, plan ahead, it will get better. God bless you and have a great week.